We all have to bear what we have to bear. And for better or worse, we can make the load easier for others, or we can make it unbearable. Yesterday you saw me laugh with my friend Lawrence, and sometimes I laugh. But then again, sometimes I cry. And we all like people when they laugh. They're nice, they're easy to be around, they're enthusiastic, and they seem to light up our life, but can we still love them when they cry? I'm not crying for me right now, but I'm thinking of all the people crying out there. And there are some. And not crying because they don't have enough money, or they don't have enough love, or they don't have something. They're crying because their hearts ache. And they're crying because they want something more for themselves. They want something more from others. They want their load to be lightened, and they want other people to stop judging them so much. They want people to take the high road instead of the low road. Now, what is this golden path? And how is it different from taking the low road? You see, when you take the high road, you accept everything bad that comes to you. You accept people's weaknesses. You accept that you will be mistreated, that you may trust people who will betray your trust, that you will love people who will not love you back, and that in general you will still love life, even if life doesn't treat you the way you want to. Oh, look. There are crows in the sky. The messengers of death, reminding us that death is all too present in our lives. I don't want to be gloomy, I don't want to be the naysayer and the one who reminds you that indeed you are mortal, that indeed you are the one who suffers. I don't want to appear as this deep figure that knows what it's talking about, although I may. You see, you can make life unbearable for the people you love, or you can contribute to making their lives heaven. It's only natural that people will have expectations of you, and in the name of living in the same tribe with them, it's only natural that you are aware of those obligations they bestow upon you, and that you want to appease them. In the early ages, men prayed to gods, and the gods were wrathful and vengeful, and they demanded sacrifice. Just by the same token, now we worship humans, the humans closest to us. We would do almost anything to appease them. We would go to great lengths and sacrifice ourselves in the process to appease their feelings. If they're feeling down and they say it's because of us, then we'll try to reform our ways in order not to hurt them again. If they say some behavior of ours would make them feel better, then we feel inclined to adopt that behavior whether or not we may like that. Often we seem to forget ourselves in the process. Often we seem to annihilate ourselves. But taking the high road means acknowledging that, accepting that, and loving them, even though they are so demanding of us. Whatever we choose, whether we choose to act out on our own impulses, or whether or not we choose to go and do what they think is best, we still are owing to ourselves to look deep and to recognize that we too have expectations of them. They're not guilty and we're not innocent. We're all in this together. You may have wishes from your parents. I know I do. I know as a child I wish my parents would leave me alone and just not tell me what to do, but they're parents. It's in their blood to want to do that. It's in their blood to want to safeguard me, to want to protect me. And I get that. See, when you get that people are afraid and that your actions indeed do reach them, and sometimes they can scare the bejesus out of them. When you get that people indeed do have fragile feelings, you can adopt whatever stance. You can say you don't care. You can say you do care, but you're more important. Or you can give in to their feelings. But whatever your choice, you have to acknowledge that they have feelings. They have certain wants. And you too have certain wants. You have to acknowledge that people judge you. You may not like being judged. Nobody likes being judged or told what to do. But indeed you will be judged. And what do you do then? Are you going to point fingers like that and tell you are to blame? It's you who are judging me. You're not taking the high road. You are taking the low road. You're not being a saint. You're judging me. But what are you doing at the same time? See? You are judging me. You. At the same time, you're pointing to yourself. You're pointing, look at this, one finger at them and three fingers back at you. You know? Whenever you're pointing one finger at the person who's judging you, you're pointing three fingers back to yourself. They may be guilty of judging you, but it is ultimately your responsibility to do what you think is best. They cannot think for you. They can judge you. They can imply you may be guilty, but they cannot think for you. The best you could do is contribute to their life by lightening their load. Because just by the same token as they judge yourself, exactly the same they are judged by others in turn. And I know it's a complex network, and I know you will not meet many of them. What do you care that your girlfriend, let's say, is judged in turn by her own parents and by her own friends and maybe by her boss at work? What do you care about that? You don't know those people. They are abstract to you. What do you even care that she has to struggle with all of that? You just don't. You know? And you judge her for judging you because she can't take it anymore. Because of all those people who are judging her, of all those people not taking the high road, she wants you, out of all the people, to take the high road and to lighten her load just a little bit. Our load is made heavier by each and every person we have in our lives. Friends, family, and generally the closest to us bring us the heaviest load to bear. Now what you could do, even though you acknowledge you have feelings, even though you acknowledge you have certain wishes from that person, because of course you do, you have to honor that, but even though you do that, you can try to alleviate that pressure from him. He will still have enough pressure, trust me. There are plenty of people who will burden him or her with their judging. At least let you be the one who doesn't. At least let you be the solace, not judging her or him. And try to do that for as many people as you can. You won't be able to do it for all the people all the time. You may not even be able to do it for some of the people all the time. But try to do it at least for some people some of the time. Find the one you love the most and find your desires towards them. Find out how you wish they would behave. And then acknowledge those feelings, because yes, you do want them to behave in that certain way. Of course you do. But after you did that, detach from it. Take the high road. Let's say you want your significant other to pay more attention to you. Of course you do. You know, you're lonely. You may be lonely, you have your reasons, but it's not that person's responsibility to watch over you. If he or she does, so much the better for you. He deserves your gratitude. But it's not their responsibility. It's your responsibility. You know, 1 finger at him and 3 to you. You are the one responsible. Okay? So try to take responsibility for your judgments. I told you, acknowledge your wants, acknowledge your desires, of course, but don't point them to other people as much as you can. And you won't be always able to do this. I know you won't, but try to. Because in doing so, you will create more freedom for that other person. And in this world where everyone judges, you included, you will be a safe harbor for each and every person you manage not to judge. And they will come to you naturally. They will seek that place of comfort of not being judged. And you will be able to provide that if you take the high road. Now you can go out there moaning and bitching, and it's your right to do that. That's not the high road. That's only bringing more pressure in their lives and making their lives unbearable. Couldn't you take at least your luggage? Couldn't you just try to carry your own emotional luggage for yourself and not ask other people to do it for you? Because if you manage to do that, at least some of the time, indeed you will have changed yourself, and you need not change the world. If each and every one of us would do just that simple thing of carrying their own emotional luggage, the world would indeed be a better place. So this is an appeal to you. Try to do that. Try to find the soft spot in you that recognizes, yes, you do have feelings, you do have wants, but it's not up to them to give them to you. It's up to you to release them from it. And then it will flow naturally into your life. Now, if you love this, please share the word. I can do it without you. I'm only one, but you're many. And one of you can make the difference. If these words reached you, then share this. And maybe subscribe if you already haven't. And I thank you. I'll see you again next time. Be blessed, my friend.